A wise person once told me, dreams don't work unless you do.
We try so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, among certain friends, yet the people we idolize are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff, right? It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway?
Life is 10% what happens to you, is 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You gotta say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always gonna get ready to get set to get going. What we've gotta do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is, even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. He said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this, you just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right, this is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this, other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you. In a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy, the answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because He knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just the desire, it takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
All right. Hey, everybody. Brett, Danny, and Andrew are in the house. My all-stars. are here, and I'm glad you guys are here because for a while I wondered if anybody was going to make it. But I was thinking about Brett, about your journey, and wondered if you've made some progress. Andrew, of course, I'm interested in what you're finding out about your ads. And so I can tell you this, I don't think for any of you that you need any kind of a run through. So it's us today. So who would like to unmute and talk about what's going on?
I'll talk.
All right.
I decided to start a new, I just started a new campaign this last week, and I used the launch ad avatar style, and I have an older woman reviewing my book and talking about how it's a hidden gem.
Cool.
And it turned out fairly cool, but I launched it a couple days ago, and I wasn't sure how long you give it before, because I know there's the learning period. I don't know when you go, because like at the moment there's been zero interaction.
Interesting.
Nothing. And it's only reached like, I mean, I think I put 6 or 7 books per day on this one.
Yeah.
So it's reached like 1,000 something people. And it said like a lot of people watched it all the way, but no one's clicked on the anything. So I didn't know if it's like, you should cut that one. Because I have one other ad, but it's a little longer, but it's a little more of an engaging, fun ad.
Yeah.
And it
How
actually
much?
does talk about it.
Yeah. How long did you say it's been?
It's only been, I think I launched it on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's only been no, it was the 16th. So that would have been Wednesday.
So a couple of days. I definitely wouldn't let it go past 3 days.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, at this point, so you've had like 1,000. Like, what are your stats as far as how many people have? Hold on just a second. April, I gotta start the recording. I keep forgetting to start the recording. Okay. What are the stats specifically?
The stats are the reach has been 1,070. The click-through ratio is 0%. The CPC is 0.
Yeah.
Conversions are 0. And I spent like $13.
What's the call to action on the video?
I think it just says learn more.
Oh, but on the video itself, does it say something? Like, in other words, does the video say, you need to check this out, or, click the button to, does the video specifically have a call to action?
Actually, now I think about it, I don't know if it actually does. I think it just talks about it, and there's a learn more button, but I don't know if it actually said click here to.
Yeah, I would definitely make sure it has something on it that intrigues them to click the button. So I would end that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think end that one and go back and look at that. What about your other one? Does it have a call to action?
The other one I haven't run yet.
Oh.
I'm about to go on a vacation, so I didn't want to
Okay.
start it. This
Yeah.
was more of just a quick test to see if this was going to do anything.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
again, you're getting plays, right? So that's step number one is people watch the video. But yeah, how long is the current one?
it was 30 seconds.
Yeah. See if it can do a 15-second one that has a call to action.
So I have like the other one I do have that I was hesitant to put up because it's a minute long, but it's a full-on infomercial. And it is an engaging, fun commercial. That's just I always hear like, oh, anything past 30 seconds. you might wanna, ugh. So I've been holding off, but that one has the call to action, really talks it up, and it's funny, and everybody can figure out what it is right off the bat. So
Is it so does it visually grab you? Is it funny visually from the start? How does it grab? In other words, how does it get attention?
at the beginning, it's black and white and has the big like, oh no, like the kids are restless and all this stuff, and you're tired of reading the same dumb book, and then I look all stressed out and say, there's got to be a better kids book out there, and then everything is like sparkles and shines and like now introducing
cool
dogs A through breeds, and it flips through the book, shows the artwork,
Oh,
That's the
good.
whole deal,
I
and
like
makes
it.
jokes along the way. But it's just the only downside I would say is that it's a minute long.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it is a quick minute because it's fun and engaging. you know?
Yeah.
So I was curious. Like I think I'll try that after we do our
I would
vacation.
try that, and I would also. Did you make that video?
Yes.
See if it's possible at all to take the same thing and cut it down to 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was considering that too.
You know, really fast flipping through those concepts that you have there. Yeah, no, I think, but you definitely want your video to say, you know, see the whatever, you've got to have some sort of a call to action, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. After you said that, I was like, I don't know if the video itself
It's
has
just a
call to action.
video that people watch, and yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's good to know. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Andrew, what's going on? We getting any new information?
Hey, Kevin. I'm almost hesitant to speak. I don't want to bring everybody down with having a little run of bad luck here with what I got going on, honestly.
Oh, well,
I can update you. Let's see.
we've got to take the good with the bad
Right.
and learn from it. So let's talk.
Okay. You want me to share screen?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Let's see here. Entire screen. Okay. So let's see. All right. So what I did is I tried. Let me get back to the overview here. So after we left off and Greg took a look at my ads and said, oh, it looks like you're on add to cart and not purchases.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm confusing the algorithm with different old people and young people leaving reviews mixed in with commercials. So I stopped that ad that was bringing in pretty good numbers. Although when I did stop it and tried to recreate it, I was able to go into edit and see that it was in fact set to purchases. So something's wrong with the reporting because it was telling me conversions, even though they were add to carts, but not actual purchases. So something was wrong there. I recreated the ad. I tried, last we spoke, I had made the ad with the most successful video I had with the two most successful headlines and text, whatever the text thing is called.
Yeah.
And that didn't go too well. I mean, the week before I tried targeted ads and that didn't go well. And then I did that video ad with the video of the hospital where the zombie turns back to life after drinking the vitamin C. That didn't go well. I ran it about a week and I was I was getting about 2%, less than 2% click through. So what I did is actually out of desperation, I relaunched the one that was at least bringing in pretty good numbers, even if they weren't actual conversions.
Yeah.
So I'm back to that one with the eclectic mix. And that's been running, let's see, 2 days now. And the numbers are much better than the video that I was expecting to do really well.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was at almost 6.5% click-through rate. I brought the ad spend down to 5 a day while I'm still figuring things out, so it doesn't hurt too much.
Yeah.
And so the 4 clicks out of 55, which is pretty good. And then I had on my website, I added in the WooCommerce this stats counter, so that I could see. And as
nice.
I said, I'm
very nice.
The traffic to the clone page of my landing page.
Got it.
So everything's identical. And then you could see yesterday I had 11 to traffic to my landing page, but the ads brought in 4 with the bounce rate of 75. So I guess that means 1 out of 4 actually went from that page to the, I imagine, checkout.
Yeah. Which, as opposed to what's interesting though, too, it's a better bounce rate than the one above it.
Yeah. I mean, that was unusual because 1 out of 4 hit, but usually I get a much better bounce rate from my landing page than I do in the ads. But that was a kind of a one-off. So I have that going on. It's still hard for me to determine like the sale that happened
Yeah.
Was it from
Right.
from the ad, or was it from my regular traffic? I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to see that. I found that the Meta Manager, the Ads Manager events are still a little bit inconclusive as well, because there was days I mentioned last week, there was days when I was showing several purchases, but there weren't any on my website. So it's hard. It's a little hard for me to keep dumping money into the ads and keeping the faith. So I'm considering it at this point a write-off of just, you know, $5 a day to just try to get some people to have eyes on and see what happens if the numbers get better.
Yep.
So here, that's about where I'm at right now. Do you want me
So
to?
you have, and so with this product though, you do have sales, like you have existing customers and you're getting more sales and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, here's my orders page. You can see
so
they're
you
not
do have
super
sales.
regular, but you know,
Yeah.
most of my sales, they're bigger numbers because it's return customers that are coming and buying, you know, bigger orders.
That's
my
great.
product's $46.50 a unit.
Yeah.
So it's not heavy traffic, but the people that come, and you can see they usually come direct. See, I'm still not sure if, go ahead.
The thing is, how would you know, what would it say over there on the right if it came from your Facebook ad?
Oh, we saw one together. Remember a couple of weeks ago? It was m.mobile Facebook.
Okay.
So let's see.
Okay.
So Greg was saying
so it would say Facebook in it somewhere.
It should, yeah. Greg was arguing that you can't really count on that. See here, this is the one, March 20th, referral M Facebook. So I was only seeing one,
right?
But since the stats counter is showing, you know, 4, but then again, that's a difference of traffic.
Sales.
Yeah, sales and traffic is different.
Do you have you don't have stats on your page? Like what kind of you don't have Google Analytics or anything like that on there?
I have Google Analytics,
because that would show you traffic, where your traffic's coming from also.
Let's see. Let me go back to bookmarks. Let's just. Here we go. Analytics from. I never remember exactly how to maneuver around in there.
I know.
To be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So let's see if. So here's e-commerce purchases. Did you want me to go anywhere in particular?
Yeah, I want to see the traffic. There's a report. Go to reports and let's see. Yeah, I'm with you. I have to look around. Check acquisition. Traffic acquisitions. Yeah. Organic direct. Yeah. So this is paid social. Interesting.
For some reason it's not letting me check it. Maybe I have to uncheck something.
I don't know. Organic social, paid social. So that shows.
It seems to be capped at 1, 2,
I
3,
see.
4, 5 things. So now,
well, I mean, the main thing is that's just what's plotting above. But what I was looking for is, I think that what is our time frame here? So the last 28 days. That shows that only 5 people have come to. Which page are we looking at?
I can put month.
Yeah.
What page? That's a good question. I think this is all traffic confounded. I could remove let's see if I remove direct.
If you just go down and look at the numbers, I mean, that's what I'm just looking at. Like, if you've got 5 sessions, but you've got 19 visits, I think. But that, it's paid social, so shows 0 seconds. I think if we had somebody who was, I'm not a Google Analytics. I go in and look at it. I look at it 3 or 4 minutes and I go, I really don't even understand what I'm looking at here. But it seems like this would tell you also how many see, you can limit it by page as well. Like,
oh, can you?
Yeah. So, but check engagement over there on engagement. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Pages and screens. Yeah. So
Okay,
what page are you sending people to?
I think it's this one, non-GMO
one.
ultrafine vitamin C powder, because the home page is this one.
Uh-huh.
Product is the one when you click on
from the home page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or from any page, if you click on the add to cart or whatever.
Got it.
And then you go to the product page, and then this is the clone, non-GMO ultrafine vitamin C powder. So here
Which you're
have
sending. Yeah. Look at the last. You've been running this ad for how long?
This one, I guess we're on day 3.
Yeah, just go look at the last 3 days.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, really, it's only 2, but
so
go up to the top there where it has the date select. Right.
You want to do a week?
No. At the top, yeah.
No. You want to just see yesterday, or?
Yeah, let's just do yesterday as an example and see what we got. Yeah, now let's go down, scroll down and look at your pages.
Let me take a screenshot here so I can remember where we went. All right, there we go. And then, okay, so yesterday we had 1 view, 1 second, 5 events, key events.
And it kind of looks like you had, let's see, we were looking at your statistics. You had what, 5? The other statistics on your other
yeah, that was let's see, stat counter.
Yeah.
So that was for yesterday. I was showing
1 checkout.
1 checkout, yeah. So it's I don't know why it's so hard for Google Analytics even to tell you where that checkout came from. Like, you'd think that would be the whole point, Like, you have a
and honestly, it probably is the point. But again, it's like this thing is so complex that unless you got somebody who's a Google Analytics guru, anybody on the call that's a Google Analytics guru, pitch in here. But click on landing pages over on the left.
Let me open this. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see, what are we on yesterday? It's still okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we go. Non-GMO. So it's a clone versus the home.
Yeah.
So actually,
there you go. You got 3 there. Why 3?
I don't think we could count on anything 100%. Really.
I know. Look at it. This says 4.
Right.
That's yesterday. And again, the other thing that we do run into is, are they all looking at the same time zone, right? Because a day can start and stop at a different hour depending on what time zone we're in.
Sure.
Do it for.
Oh, wait. Here we have some info. So here we're saying that the home page brought in the sale.
Yep.
See here?
Yep.
So even though there was a checkout order received, oddly the money is being attributed to the home page. So maybe this is where we get the answer.
Yeah. Well, do this. Let's look at a couple of days at a time.
Okay. Couple of days you wanted?
Yeah. Go up and let's do, instead of just yesterday, no, go up to the top where you've got it selected for just April 17th. Select it for the 17th and 18th, or 16, 17, and 18. Let's do all 3. Again, you got it. Yeah, do 16 and then just click 18. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't change it.
So here's the home page 4 and the clone 4. Yeah. And yeah, the one we're still showing the money with the home page.
Yeah. So that's the same. So it's, at least this is consistent. It's
right,
attributing the sale to the home page. But we had 4 new users, 4 active users, average engagement time 0 seconds.
I I kind of even feel bad bringing this up, but years ago when I first started experimenting with Meta in Facebook ads,
Yeah.
I'm an ex-computer programmer, so I do my own website development, and I was using the old Google Analytics, which were a lot more intuitive. And I was working on my website at late in the night. It was 1 or 2 in the morning, and all of a sudden I saw in my real-time view like 7. I think it was 7 users.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's odd that 7 people would hit my website all of a sudden at the same time in the middle of the night. So I went to look what was the traffic, what was going on. I think it was more than 7. I think it was in the low 2 digits.
Right.
And they hit from all different, like several different countries, all in the same minute they hit. And a minute later, they were all gone. And I had, at the time, I had really built into the website more functionality to track scroll events and see who's leaving the page where at what point. And all of those hits didn't trigger a single scroll event, and we're all gone within a minute. So I was pretty broke at the time, and I put $300 into Facebook ads. And I was pretty steamed that Zuckerberg ripped me off $300 with bots. I was like, really, dude, you need my money that bad? So I've always been a little hesitant with the online. I paid a couple of there's a e-wellness magazine that a lot of health practitioners pay to be listed on their site. And I paid them $3,000, and it was the same thing, 150 hits every day.
Yeah.
Not a single sale from their 150, not 151, not 149.
150
every day, 150 hits. And like I had paid them $3,000 one time, and then I figured it out the second time I paid them, and I still owed them $1,000, and they were harassing me for the $1,000. And I sent them the screenshots. I said, do you want me to pursue you in court for stealing my money, or you want to just let go of that $1,000? And I didn't hear from them again.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's crazy too. You're right, because four users hit your page that you're only sending traffic to it in theory from Facebook, from ads, 0 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, you do start getting suspicious.
It's hard to keep the faith, right?
It is. It really is.
Yeah, like I don't want to discourage the other people, but you kind of got to keep an eye on this stuff. Because if I just, kept gung ho thinking, I was off to the land of milk and honey, and kept dumping, $20 and growing,
add more
day,
growing at 10%. Yeah,
I would have gone broke in 2 months and had all my money spent into ad spend and not had any real customers.
Right. Well, the other thing, again, have you tried advertising on other platforms as well?
I have. I mean,
yeah,
Google AdWords costs way too much.
Yeah.
There's this website called Flip that's supposed to be a competitor to, I guess, Shopify, and they've got their own. And they just offered me, spend $100 in ad spend, and we'll give you $400 credit. So they're supposed to be growing, and I gave away 10 products here, and I'm running ads.
Okay.
And you can see, I've been running ads for a few days, and they've only got 15 views, and it's not changing. And they don't have a really good grip on. They're saying, there's a bug. We're not calculating ad spend right now. And then they're like, they offer you this credit deal, but then you have to spend $100 by the end of April, and their stuff's not working. So,
right.
It's
right.
like,
It's showing 0 spend.
Yeah. So it's, so not having a whole lot of luck anywhere, really.
Seriously. Well, yeah. And all of this points back to that you can have a great CPC and a great CTR, but ultimately, which may be okay if you're not currently trying to make sales, you're trying to get people to do other things. But when you're definitely, you're at the place
Counting
where
on those
you're
sales,
exactly,
where every dime counts.
Yep.
It's hard to keep dumping cash. But I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's traffic or anything, if this is your average engagement time per session from Meta, like they're just robbing you.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of horrifying.
I wonder what that key events, 10 events is.
Purchase. So it's purchase, first visit, page view.
Oh,
and-
probably first visit or
Yeah.
page view. Yeah. All right. Well,
You want me to stop sharing?
yeah.
Okay.
Darn. I was hoping for good news.
Yeah, me too. Well, I
Hey,
don't know if this.
Marilyn and Danny and Deidre and David, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
anxious
kick in
to
with
hear from the
questions.
others and see how the others are doing, because I don't want to just keep raining on the parade. I'd like.
I'm going to start running ads next week, I think, for a new offer I'm making. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it'd be nice to hear some positive stories to help us keep the faith here.
Exactly.
All right, I'll turn off the mic. Thanks, Kevin.
No, thank you. Marilyn, what's going on? You're running ads, Danny? It's been a while.
No, I'm not running ads right now, Kevin, but I'm thinking about it to make a new campaign to see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the questions, can you make an ad on Facebook Marketplace?
I don't think so.
I tried and I was like, the only thing I was able to think about, it was to put the link of the item of Marketplace on Launch Ads. But the call to action, it says learn more or those
Yeah,
things.
right.
Yeah, it would be nice if you can put like message us or because I have a chat bot that I built about 4 years ago. And I would love to have that one that says message us and go to the chat bot.
What CRM do you use?
I'm using one that I have for real estate.
Uh-huh.
So that one comes with all the texting and email, everything that I need.
Yeah, okay. So you would like to run an ad on Marketplace and then have your chat bot connect to any messages.
Actually, what I was thinking, it was to run the ad anywhere, not on Marketplace. Just try advertising the product that I have in Marketplace. Let's say, for example. So I want to promote a car, a house, whatever I want to promote, I can promote it like regular ad. But when they click, like example, learn more, they go to the listing on Marketplace. The problem with that one is that Marketplace, I don't know if you can just buy it right from there. I don't think so.
Right. Marketplace, you gotta make a at least my experience with Marketplace is you gotta make a deal with the seller to meet up or purchase or whatever.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Yeah, but you should be able to connect if you've got a CRM that can automate your messaging. You should be able to send them to Messenger with a Messenger ad.
Because the chatbot that I have is connected with Meta and Facebook. So all the Meta messengers, WhatsApp and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool actually. So all the info stays on the CRM basically.
Very cool. Did you build the chat out, or did somebody build it for you?
No, I built it myself. Yeah.
Nice.
I use ManyChat is a really good one. Mobile Monkey is competition, but I would go with ManyChat probably. It's way better. Both are easy it's complicated, but when you learn, it's easy.
Yeah, and have you tried any AI?
I did already. I put it about a year and a half ago with one that to buy houses. So basically what I did is with the chatbot, I put the 3 businesses. So let's say they need a lender. They send it to the website of real
Uh-huh.
estate,
Uh-huh.
banking.
Mhm.
They want a real estate, they send it to the real estate. They want credit repair, they send them to the credit repair. And that's how I have it. So basically, the AI control the whole conversation, and I can be checking on the conversation on my phone when it's happening live. So let's say I wanna interrupt the AI and just jump into the conversation. I can do that too.
Nice.
So I can just say, hey, this is Danny. How can I help you? Whatever.
Nice. Yeah, good. All right, I'm gonna show Brett where to go to make an ad with using still pics. So let's see, share screen and go to launch ads. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just go into one that I already have here. Here's a video. Actually, this one. Whoops. That's actually one of the videos there. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the ad preview. I want to go to create ad. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right? So I'm going to go over here to the click to add a video. And I'm going to use this star right here. This AI or whatever you call that. I'm going to do new creative. And I'm going to go down here and select an image. These are just some that I already had. I'm just going to load an image I already have in here. And we're going to save the changes. All right, so we got that image. Let's see. What's this? I don't know if I ever saw this before. Is ChatGPT in here?
Yeah, you can do ChatGPT and the memes. It's pretty cool.
Cool. Sorry. Let's see. I got selected images. Okay, hold on. There we go. Brett, you asked, and I literally was playing with this right before we got on here. Why am I not seeing it now?
Yeah, I was trying to play around with it a little bit,
Yeah.
and I saw like when I was doing stills, maybe I was in the wrong section. It wanted to do carousel or just
Yeah.
still things, and I didn't know if I just go into the video section and then just start uploading pics, and if it just auto does it, or if I had to make a template, or I wasn't sure what to.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is generate video via AI. But that's not it. This one is this one is with an avatar. I don't want to be here. So this button right here is going to create a video with an avatar.
Can I say something, Kevin?
Yeah.
The other day I was doing a testing it. I put 10 different images. That was for the marketplace.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to sell motorcycles. So I put all the 10 pictures of the, I think only can do 10. So 10 pictures of the product. And I just put generate, whatever, right? So when the video came out, it put all the pictures. It shoots like a couple pictures, actually.
Yeah.
And it starts making a video with a voice description. And I didn't put any voice description. The AI looked for the product and it start making the voice description. Then when the video is generated, you can edit the video, what is showing on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one that I created. Okay, this is the result of the video. But what I'm struggling with here, so new creative. Next. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so I was in the right place. I just didn't follow through. All right. So I'm going to click on the stars. I'm going to do new creative, Brett. And this is not the right logo. I'm gonna, well, let me put a logo on it. I'll just put this one on for now. And I could go and say, I don't want these images. Whoops. I'm not sure what happened there. So we would do plus to find images from, there we go. We want, okay, online whatever. We're going to have our keyword here. This is the Shutterstock images. I'm just going to grab one, click and add it. Okay, and why did I lose my, I lost my submit button. Oh, I have to click this. There we go. Save changes. All right, and I am going to, and I added that. So now I have a list of images at the bottom here that it's going to use for my ads. So I'm going to just get rid of, I'm just going to do one. All right. So we're just going to use this one as an example. So we just select that image. And then we're going to put our website in here. Do client connect central.com. And you can choose 15 or 30 seconds. And let's go next. And we have a text. We have headlines. This, you can click generate at the top here. So we're going to put in, I have Master Your Online Business with Business Builders. It's a coaching program I have. Online Success Within Reach. You can just click generate and it's going to generate your headlines. So let's let it do that. And sure, you, again, like everything else, you can edit it. You can add more. Let's go to descriptions. So this is going to be what's going to show up on the video. And again, you can edit it. I'm going to leave it just so we can keep moving. Build business six. Oh, these are very short. 15. All right. Biz success. We'll just change it to that. Grow online, dream, build. Okay. Features. Web success. Within reach. Close. I'm just going to say success within reach. And whatever. We're going to leave that as is. All right. Then we're going to click next. And it's creating the script. And create. So that's going to take that image. These are, so what you're seeing here is other ones that I've created over time. But you can see down here, it's preparing the data, generating creatives. And it doesn't usually take very long. But that will take a still image and create a video from it. With the content that we just saw. Oh, it's taking a while. Has anybody else tried this or used it? So here's one. It's doing different versions of it. Somebody else has?
Me, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think while it's doing it, I can click this button. Yeah. So we can go ahead and take a look at one of them. You can see it's zooming across the top there. Central. That must be the website address. All right. So it's going to create it for you. And then for each one that's created, you can actually click the edit button. and it brings up a timeline editor. So you can see everything right here. If I've gone in here before and gone, I'm, you know, I want to move this down. So you can replace elements. The stuff at the top was, the color was not good. Let's go. I think this is the color of the text here. So we're going to make it white. Yeah, we go. So, and I don't know if we can slow it down. But you can add elements to it, but it definitely gets you started with a little simple video. I just saved it. You sure you want to close? Sure. So in the meantime, it's creating a bunch of different versions of that for the different sizes and the different placements. Let's take a look at this one. Obviously, my logo is not the right size for a logo. I wouldn't want it to say that's not a good title. But that's how you do it. Yeah, it definitely was taking a while because we're watching. All right. Let's see. What did I miss in the comments while I was over there? Last week it was mentioned there was a way to make it. Oh, yeah, I did that. You also mentioned one-word instant replies to comments. Andrew, I think, are you talking about, so if I referred to replies to comments, I was talking about in the LaunchCart CRM being able to automate replies. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, everything always, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If people are watching, it's harder to find what you want to click on, number one. And number two, it always takes much longer than it would if nobody was watching, for sure.
Yeah, Kevin, I was referring to what you were saying, the auto reply. Like if somebody comments on one of my ads, Comment Energy for a free guide, then I could set up a response through the CRM.
Yeah, and you have the LaunchCart CRM?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you a couple of things. I probably can't get into the whole setup. Comment Energy for a free guide. Yep. So let's go into, I'll share screen here again. See if I can show you some simple ways that you can get started on that. Hold on. Let me change this. I got to get into a sub account here. All right, let's see if I can do this real quick. All right, so in marketing, yeah, I'm not connected here. Sorry, in workflows, we are going to, let's see, we want to create a new workflow. Okay, this is, honestly, this is different than the last time I was in here. But cool. Let's do create workflow, and we're going to select a recipe. And let's see if we can find comment. All right. So you got recipes in here, Facebook comments. So expose the user comment to Workflow AI and then use the output as a response to the comment. So this would be one. Use this recipe to automate a DM replies to comments. Automate DM replies. So you can, in other words, you start with a recipe. Let's do this. Expose the user comment to Workflow and use the output as a response to the comment. Let's try that one. No, not workflow.ai. That's not what we want. We're going to do it this way.
Yeah, the DM automation sounded like the right one.
Yeah. Yep. So, so Facebook comments on a post triggers this. So respond to the comment. So what you were saying was, let me go back and see what you said there. Comment energy for a free guide. Sure. Okay. So, this could be the simple, right? Check your DM. Thanks for showing interest. And you can add different responses. So it's going to vary the responses to the comments. One of the things that we've done on another one, let's see what this one is. Interactive messenger, reply to comment via DM. Here's your message. You can add buttons, which are gonna show up as options on the DM. So the messenger is gonna come in up here. I'm excited you want to start your personal finance journey. I'm excited you want more energy, right? And we're gonna say order now.
Optimally, what we want is to catch an email, so they put in their email and then they get the PDF.
Yep. So one of the things that you can do is you actually can respond to the comment. Watch this. I would love to send you X. What is the best email to send the guide to? Whatever, if you're giving something away, right? And so then what we can do is save action, and instead of sending to Messenger here, what we're going to do is we're going to is it wait? Let's see if that works. Wait for contact reply. Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't built this lately, but essentially this is how you get it started. And I tell you what I'll do. Interactive messenger, get the check. Oh, here we go. Get the checklist. So if they click get the checklist, oh, that's just giving it away. No, I have a, let me see. Hold on just a second. I think I can show you one of these in action. Let me change where I'm going here. Client Central Connect. This is my Go High Level white label. One of my customers. All right, I'm going to share this tab instead. Okay. And of course, this is slow now. All right, so this is a similar kind of thing, but this is let's check this one. Oh, that's a form. That's if they submit a form in Facebook. Sorry, this one she has somebody running an ad for her that, all right, here we go. So they comment on a post. Thanks for showing the interest. This is the DMing. Sorry. It's the exact same thing. Okay, the one I saw was asking for an email address, and essentially you can validate the email within the workflow. And of course, if somebody doesn't type an email address, like I've done, they asked you for your email address and you put your name in and they're like, that's not a valid email. It can validate that it's a valid type, it's got the right structure for an email address. And once they give you that, then you've captured the email and you can send them an email, or once you have the email, you can just put a button for the download there. But I don't know why I can't see it right now.
Yeah, it's always tricky. You think you know where to go, and then you come and try to do it, and it doesn't happen.
No, exactly. And this automation is when they fill out a form.
And these are questions that you guys are going to keep getting hit with. So probably if you could get a developer to just walk through it step by step and make a PDF, a PDF guide with pictures, screenshots. That's
and so let's talk through what we want. We want to run an ad,
right?
That says comment
whatever, so that you can catch an email to send them a document.
We want the CRM to catch that comment and to automatically ask them for their email address. And then when we get their email address, send them or follow the next step. Okay. You're exactly right. So a step-by-step guide on exactly how that works would be great to have. And it's because I think the process of responding is probably, we can find that. I'll do the research, guys. I always have trouble. I only have an hour a week to give, or
right. That'd be nice to not have to spend time on that again,
to get paid for.
Right.
And so I got to go. I'll talk to Greg and the team and see if I can work with Josh, maybe, because they're more up to speed on the automations in the CRM, which is really what we need. What we need to master here is the workflow automation, so that we can reply to a request.
Yeah, and that would be a great added value, because even if our ads aren't making money, if we're at least building our email list and building a customer database, it offsets the costs that we're putting into the advertising and all the rest.
Absolutely. Okay. You got it. It's on my list.
Thanks.
I hope I can get it done before next week. I'll do my best.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. It's definitely a value add. All right. I just need to make a note. Automation to capture email via comments. Yeah, I have a customer who's doing this. That's what is bothering me. I have a customer who's doing this. And let me just, if you guys give me a minute, let me look in Melissa's account and see what we've got in her workflows. Okay. 7-day freebie. Facebook lead ad. Free email lead magnet. Let me see. Nope. That's a form submitted. Okay. As soon as I get off the call, let's hope I remember exactly where it is, and then that'll speed up the process of getting something out to you guys. All right, Marilyn, David, Brett, Danny, Deidre, anybody else before we wrap up for the day?
I have a quick question.
For the week. Yes, sir.
Do you happen to know if there's calls like with launch card, like this one, Kevin?
I do not know that of any live Q&As for Launchcart.
That would be good if Greg can put a live call.
Yes, I will pass that on to Greg. That would be very good.
Yeah, because more brains make more good stuff.
More good stuff, and more good stuff happening for more good customers means happier customers and more sales.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, guys. Andrew, what's your next step? What are you going to do?
That's a great question. Besides, maybe consider other fields of business.
Yeah. I mean, we all have that as an option, right?
Right. Honestly, I have a wholesale side to my business where I have one baker that makes up half the business I bring in through my website. So I think I'm going to put good old fashioned boots on the ground while I'm still in the country and try to see if I can hustle up some wholesale business, because the retail, I'm just slowly bleeding out.
Interesting. You have a baker?
One baker buys like 32 grand a year of vitamin C from me.
Wow.
And that's like half my website money.
Dude, you need 3 more bakers and you're set.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't make most of my money on my website, but yeah, about a dozen bakers and I could drop retail.
That's right. Interesting. Well, I was wondering about if you were thinking with your ads or all of your statistics tracking is, I mean, it's almost like if you really wanted to prove the Facebook ad is working, you almost have to have like a completely separate system.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on with the clone page. So at least like you said, through the Google Analytics, we're able to see where that sale came from.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave the ads running at a budget I can afford to lose.
Yeah.
Considering it just eyes on, and hope that the conversions keep dropping in price over time, because it's still, I was 2 months in when I stopped that. I wish I hadn't stopped it at this point, but it's learning again, and I'm going to leave it running, even though it's an eclectic mix. It was the best numbers I was getting of all my attempts in advertising. And I was just shocked and disappointed that taking the cream of what the AI was referring to as my most successful components weren't getting good results. So at this point, I feel like there's a little bit of randomness to the audience building and to how much the pixel's actually learning and helping them guide their audiences. It seems like every ad has its own life cycle and audience building information, and doesn't really seem to share with the pixel.
Right.
So I'm going to let that run and hope the numbers get better, and we'll see over time with the Google Analytics on that page if anything's really happening, if it's worth scaling. Otherwise, yeah, it's not. I think maybe my product is just not a perfect product to compete on the marketplace, you know?
Yeah. Or I mean, or honestly, you know, probably we should all be skeptical anyhow about running ads on Facebook, because while Facebook wants us to be successful, right? So we keep running ads. I mean, ultimately they're trying to make money. So
yeah,
I don't know.
There seems to be not much faith we can really have in their events manager, unfortunately.
Yeah, at least from what you're seeing. So it's interesting. All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend and a great week, and I will be back next Friday with Andrew, an example of comment automation where we can build a list.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kevin. Have a great week.
You're welcome. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.